In this episode, we advise a loyal VW owner who wants to upgrade from his trusted Polo to something more modern.
We help a viewer find a tough bakkie suited for long trips and a tough terrain.
And we examine a Toyota Tazz experiencing a sudden drop in fuel efficiency.
Hello and welcome to Buyer's Guide. Every week we try to provide you with useful advice, whether it relates to buying, selling or maintaining a vehicle. Now, joining us in studio to help resolve those troubling automotive issues are Leon Loyson from Ep100 Motor Group and Alan Rosemeyer from Motor Matters. Guys, welcome back.
Hello.
You've done the show enough. We don't even have to say anything. You know what to do.
I don't know about that.
They're gonna try.
Anyway, welcome guys. All right, let's get into our first question, which comes from Staler, a 77-year-old driver who owns a well-maintained 2003 VW Polo sedan with just 160,000 kilometers on the clock. Despite its reliability and fuel efficiency, he's considering buying a new car. His shortlist includes the Honda Amaze, Suzuki Desire, Suzuki Swift, and Hyundai Exter. Which model best suits his needs and lifestyle? Mr. Rosemeyer?
Yeah, interesting because his car is still at 160,000. That Polo sounds like it's still good. The fuel consumption's great, and he's not going to get a lot of money for it.
And he does mention it'll outlive him.
Correct, yeah. So I'm kind of wondering why he wants a new car. But all four that he mentions are great choices. They're really nice new cars, price-wise in a similar category. But the only thing I can say here, does he want to stay with the sedan? Seeing as he's got the sedan now. So then that's the Amaze or the Honda Amaze or the Suzuki Desire, both of which have just launched brand new versions.
Yeah.
So nice in that respect. The other thing, just thinking, at 77 years old, the Hyundai Exter, slightly raised, maybe a bit easier for him. You slightly raised ride height, which a lot of people prefer. But my best advice is if he really wants a new car, go and drive all four of these choices. They're all, I can't really say which one's better than the other. On
Yeah. Leon, what would you say?
No, look, Sam, I agree with Alan because he's looking at the Swift, which is a hatch, as we all know. The top hatch, I think, in this country at the moment. But your new Desire, like he also said, has just had a total facelift. So the lights are different. It's also now what Suzuki's done is instead of having a 2-year 30,000 service plan, you now have a 4-year 60,000 service plan. So they've upped the service plan for customers, and you've got the 5-year 200,000 kilometer warranty.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be going and having a look at each car and checking what you get. You know what I mean, like the warranty.
Each car is
I think all these cars, Hyundai's got an amazing warranty. You know. And they all do pretty much. And you're looking at a lot of Japanese cars here with Honda, and then you've got the Korean.
They're all, interestingly enough, all of those cars have just been released in the last, 2 months, basically.
No, Desires now.
The Exter, but before that was mid last year.
There's a Honda Amaze, Suzuki Desire, Suzuki Swift. They're all new.
Yeah.
Let's say within the last 6 months to a year. And the Hyundai Exter as well. All of those are the latest stuff. Yeah. And Alan, as you quite rightly said, you've had a sedan. Do you want to go in with a sedan, or do you want to go with something that's like an SUV? We'll call it a crossover SUV in terms of the Hyundai Exter. The Hyundai Exter may suit it because, as we know, when you get a bit older, you don't want to climb in and out of a car.
Correct.
You want to just sit in a car and get out of the car, because if you get into something like a
What
Swift,
you're looking for is you want to slide in and slide out.
the other cars
your hip point,
are all a bit lower. So the Hyundai Exter may suit you. It's a boxier kind of car, a lot more spacious, but you may not like it. So you may not like the Suzuki Swift. You may not like the Honda. Alan, it was great advice. Drive them all, see what you like, and then buy any of them because they're all fantastic cars.
Seeing how he says he remains in excellent health, I would suggest the Suzuki Swift. I like that car.
I like the way you
and
think.
it changes his sedan look about him. Like you say, he's 77 years old.
Yeah, but he's going to
try something different.
Yeah, you're going to keep it for a long time though.
Yeah.
So consider, you're not going to buy another car in 3 years' time because you've already had this other car for 20 odd years.
Yeah.
So just consider the future and not.
That's if he wants a new car. If he doesn't want a new car, there's nothing wrong with him keeping his Polo either.
100%.
Yeah, so we're going to move on to our next question from Kwazi. He's a 35-year-old dad from Johannesburg. He's looking for a used car which is under 250,000 Rand. That offers safety, practicality, and some driving fun. He mostly drives on weekends, fetching his baby or visiting family in Durban. So comfort and reliability matter. Formerly a Polo GTI driver, oh my goodness. He now seeks expert advice from the best pick from the shortlist. VW Golf, Audi A3 sedan, Hyundai Tucson, VW Tiguan, and the Ford Kuga. There's quite a mishmash of cars, guys. Leon, what do you think?
No, he's looking at anything from like a 2017.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot of these cars at 250 grand that have got less than 100,000 k's on. So you're gonna, sure, but when you're looking at cars like this, you're gonna have to go in with your eyes wide open. I like the Tiguan. I've got a lot of experience with Tiguan. The 1.4 turbo motor is very, very nice. I enjoy it.
Although the rest is rubbish, but anyway.
But look, I mean, A3 sedan, VW Golf. I mean, what do you buy? It's such a wide variety.
I just need to ask, Leon, at 5.2 a month, which is what he's renting the Vitz for now,
Yep.
what kind of numbers is he looking
5.2,
at?
you're looking at about a 200 grand car.
200 grand.
At
car.
about 5.2, yeah.
5.2.
Maybe 250, depending.
Depending on the interest rate.
But then guys would go and they'd put a 35% balloon onto it.
Oh,
So
we don't advise that.
If we don't advise it, but I have done it in the past, purchased vehicles in my personal capacity, because the person who was driving the car was doing less than 10,000 k's a year. So in that case, I didn't have much of a risk.
Yeah.
Issue is you get youngsters that want to buy something flashy or bigger motor, and they put a 35% residual, and the guy does 60,000 k's a year. Then you've got a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to try and trade the car, and in 2 years you'll never ever be able to do it.
Well, let's get back to the question here. Out of VW Golf, I'd say no. Audi A3, I'd say no. VW
I like the
Tiguan, I'd say
Hyundai.
no.
I like the Hyundai Tucson.
Ford Kuga, I would say no. There's only one car
Hyundai.
out of all of them there. The Hyundai Tucson is most probably the best bet. It's most probably the most reliable, cheapest to run,
Yeah.
and easier to get at the value that you want.
Well, of those, I mean, the Audi, first of all, you're going to get much older at that money, because it is a more
When it was new, it was more expensive.
premium car. Okay, so that one I sort of discounted. The best I found was a 2015 model at that kind of money.
Yeah.
Whereas on the Tucson, you can get a 2017 model with just
2018 elite,
130,000 Ks for 230.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a
Which
good
is
buy.
not a bad buy, because 130,000 K is not a hell of a lot.
No. And the other one, I think, the Kuga, I know you said no, but the Kuga, a 2018 model with only 76,000 Ks for 240,000 Rand.
Don't buy it. The only one you buy, and the only decent Kuga that you could buy, is the diesel version.
Yeah.
The rest are
Yeah.
Oh,
garbage.
I thought you said she's living at some.
No, you don't have to take it out. No. The Kuga I wouldn't recommend. It's a fantastic car to drive, but they do give problems.
Yep.
The engine's a 1.6. We know about
What happens? You know, the
1.6.
catching fire.
1.5, which they replaced it for, is even worse than the 1.6. The 2-litre petrol is heavy on juice. The 2-litre diesel was by far the best. If you can find a 2-litre diesel Kuga in that price range, buy it, but they're so hard to find. I would just say, go with the Hyundai. It's the right choice to go. Or Siggy must probably say the equivalent of the...
What the?
Do I have to train you again?
Yes, please.
Kia Sportage, which is the same
the
car.
Sportage, yes.
Yeah, which is the same thing.
Yeah, the Sportage or the Tucson, either of them.
Both
yeah.
Korean, yeah.
But I wouldn't have chosen any of those, except for the Tucson. None of them.
not
You're
for
quite
many.
right.
Yeah.
You're quite right.
Tucson is the one to go for.
Tucson's the one to go for. Sorry, Alan. Stay tuned, because after the break, we help a viewer find a tough bakkie suited for long trips and even tougher terrain.
And we weigh in on whether the Mahindra Scorpio Z8 is a perfect fit for tar and gravel road travel. Welcome back to Buyer's Guide. Zatemba, a hands-on motoring enthusiast with dealer-level diagnostic tools, is looking for a powerful, reliable bakkie under 250,000 Rand. He values performance, looks, durability and fuel efficiency for long trips and rough roads, and the occasional hauling of stuff. His shortlist includes the Toyota Hilux, VW Amarok and Nissan Navara. Wants to know which one best suits his needs. Now, this guy obviously knows a little bit about cars. Why is he asking us? Leon, what do you think out of those bakkies?
Yeah, look, if he's looking at the V6 Amarok, he won't find at that price. I was looking around and checking. That's all 2-litre bi-turbos.
Yeah.
2-litre bi-turbo double cabs, and even those are 2015, 2014 models, 2016 models,
Yeah.
high mileage.
Yeah.
So,
You know, there's only two vehicles there, Leon.
well, yes.
The Hilux 3-litre D4D or the 4-litre V6.
And then you're looking at the Toyota Hilux, you're going to be looking 2012, 2013, 2014. But that's also not an issue.
Not when it's a Toyota.
Not an issue. I don't think I would touch a V6 4-litre to tow with if it's long distance, myself personally. Although if you can foot the bill, it's a nicer car to drive.
And it's a better car to drive because they don't get stolen in a hurry.
Yes, they don't get started in a hurry, but also there's no turbos. It's a big 4-litre. So if you've got a 4-litre Navara and 4-litre Hilux, I think those things are running at like 170 kilowatts, which is nothing for a 4-litre motor. So those cars are running, they're just putting along, you know. So you can cruise with that car, no issue.
It's just very heavy on fuel.
Exactly. You're looking at, if you go to any 4-litre V6 Prado or Hilux, click on the button, tell you what the fuel consumption. I'm telling you, it's 15.7 litres per 100 k's.
Yeah.
That's, I can promise you now, go and have a look.
Well, I had a Prado 4-litre V6 for many years, and I don't think I could get it under like 14.
There
unless I went on gentle highway driving. But anyway, I mean, that's one of the pitfalls of the you want the power, you've got to pay for the fuel. Alan, what's your opinion on this?
Yeah, look, the one thing he didn't tell us is, does he specifically want a double cab or not? Because particularly in the Hiluxes, you can get single cabs definitely at that kind of price range and what he's looking for.
Yeah.
In Leon, rightly what you're saying, if you look at something like an Amarok V6, you won't find one in your price. If you do, it's not worth buying because there's a lot wrong with it. I mean, he's put in this Navara 4-litre V6. I would rather say go for a 2.5, the 2.5 diesel, because it's strong, it's very reliable, it's fuel efficient, it's very easy to fix.
Easy engine, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great car, and also the thing with it is they don't steal them as much as they do something like a Hilux. As much as I love the Hilux, you know, you're going to have that problem. And you drive here, BMW 325, you drive an Audi S5 Sportback. You know, you've got these kinds of things that you say. So if you want performance there, if you want sensible bakkie, go buy a Nissan Navara 2.5 diesel and you'll have a great vehicle.
Or
You get better value on the Navara, that's for sure, when you buy
definitely.
I would put him in, if your guys are going that way, you should go for the Toyota Hilux 3-litre D4D.
But also Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi double.
Oh, Mitsubishi, Triton.
I mean,
Yes.
Triton,
Right, our next question is from Kurume. He's seeking advice for a colleague considering the Mahindra Scorpio Z8, mainly for its versatility on both tar and gravel roads. Key requirements include a budget of 500,000 Rand, a warranty, a service or maintenance plan of at least 3 years, and nearby servicing in the Northern Cape. Is the Scorpio Z8 a good buy? Leon will tell us, but he's also going to tell us about the availability of workshops in the Northern Cape.
Yeah, so Northern Cape, so the Mahindra footprint's growing massively. A lot of the big corporates are buying into them, so the Barlows and the Motus and all these guys are buying into them for multi-franchise. So it will grow, but at the moment, Northern Cape, you've only got Kimberley and Uppington. So from where he is in Pofadder, you're looking at 200 k's.
Murtu far.
So no, man, it's not that bad. So what he does is maybe if you're a businessman, he can plan his trips and he can go through, pull in the morning at 7 o'clock, have it serviced, and he's out by 11, out by 12. And then he can go back and conduct his business and do whatever he's doing.
But you know, if you put him in a Toyota or something, there's 13 service centers in Pofadder alone on the one street.
It'd be interesting to know is if there is in Pofadder, what dealers are there? I mean, because it doesn't make viable business sense to actually put a dealership in Pofadder when there's...
Why, Adam?
There's like
Why are you picking on Pofadder?
14 people living there. I suppose let's get back to the question. Is the Mahindra Scorpio a great buy?
I think it's a very good buy, quite honestly.
Value for money,
Yeah. Value for money, and the Z8 it's the 4-wheel drive. So it's got everything you want. It's very capable off-road as well. I mean, he didn't say he specifically wants to go fully off-roading, but it is very capable. I don't know if either of you were on the launch, but we did some proper 4x4ing.
It's very good.
It is, and I was looking. You can get a 2024 model with 15,000 k's for 460.
Brand new's 538.
Five.
So you could walk into a dealer and say, I'm sorry, I've only got 500.
Yeah.
And the oak will
I'll
say,
do a deal.
it's yours.
Will you do a deal, Leon?
Leon says he'll even deliver it to Pofadder for you.
I'll do sure that's
As long as you give him a lift home.
we'll talk. But no, it's like Alan says. You can't talk negatively about the car.
Yeah.
You literally cannot, and I've said it before in previous shows.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's really good value for money vehicle there.
So you said about Toyota jokingly, there's 13 workshops in Pofadder alone. Granted, But you take what you get in the Fortuner range, because you've got to compare ladder frame chassis cars.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can't go and say, no, I'll take a RAV or I'll take something else. It's a ladder frame. It's a vehicle that's supposed to take the rough and tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
4x2 Z8, because you get the Z8 and the 4x4 and 4x2, identical spec. It's just the transfer box. That's all. But your Z8 4x2 is, guys, it's phenomenal. It's got the service plan is 5 years or 110,000 kilometers.
Wow.
We wanted at least 3 years.
Yeah.
So you got that, and your warranty is 5 years or 150,000 k's.
So you can have this and more.
Yeah, and like Alan pointed out, you could get 1 year old with just 15,000
Yeah.
Ks in the clock,
Yeah.
which is nearly new anyway.
Correct.
For 460.
So-
And Bjorn chipped in there and said, no, come to
Yeah,
him.
he'll
He'll
if
do
you
the
knew what
deal at
it's-
500.
For 500 grand, you'll be able to do a deal now.
Yeah, there you go. So I mean,
Deal, yeah.
I think
Z8.
the
Quite brand new.
461 is the 4x4 as opposed to the 4x2, but it depends again on your actual needs and requirements.
Yeah, the list price of the 4x2 Z8 is 538.
So the 200 kilometer drive for a service doesn't look so bad after all.
So you're servicing that car. Your first service is at 6 months or 10,000 k's, and then after that's every 20,000.
yeah.
So guys, I mean,
Well, don't do it every 20,000. Do it every 10,000.
Yeah.
I hate these long extended service intervals. They just ruin your car. Anyway, we'll be taking a short break, but when we get back, we examined a Toyota Tazz experiencing a sudden drop in fuel efficiency.
And is it time to trade in a Kia Rio with a squeaky noise for something newer? Hello and thank you for tuning in to Buyer's Guide. Matlau from Springs owns a well-maintained 2002 Toyota Tazz with around 380,000 kilometers and no engine overhaul history. Despite regular servicing and thorough maintenance, he's noticed a recent drop in fuel efficiency. He's now seeking advice on potential causes behind the increased fuel consumption. Tell him, madam.
It's kaput. It's kaput. 380,000 kilometers on a Tazz. I mean, the pistons aren't going up and down anymore. They're doing this dunk, 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 dunk. That's most probably just age-related. And remember, you know, at 380,000 kilometers, the efficiency of the engine is going to be most probably around about the 50% of what it should be.
Yep.
So it's going to be
And-
heavier on fuel. Your carburetor's worn out.
Your exhaust system's blocked.
There's just so many.
So many things that could be wrong.
Yeah.
So I suggest you, instead of doing it yourself, is take the vehicle to a garage or an aftermarket place, or even Toyota. They might want to buy it from you because you've got so many thousand kilometers, and just get a proper diagnosis on it. Most people phone up and say, oh, my car's doing this. What can be wrong? How do I know? They'll be like, 30 things could be wrong,
Yeah.
giving you the same symptoms. So, you know, my suggestion, like Adam's, would be take it to someone who knows what they're doing, and you'd get good advice.
That car, if it's 1.6, does not have a carburetor. It's all fuel injection. So, I mean, your injectors could be tired. You know, it can be a lot of things wrong with it that causes.
Could be
high
a fuel filter hasn't been changed in ages.
But what you've got to look at as well is say, okay, what's the car worth? What's it going to cost me to buy another one? So you're spending a little bit extra on petrol. So what? So you're spending $200 a month more on petrol because it's a bit heavier on fuel. If you have to buy another car, it's going to cost you another, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 rand a month to upgrade the car. So just get somebody who knows what they're doing just to check out the obvious things in the vehicle. But obviously 380,000 kilometers is a lot on a car, and there's a lot of things that can be worn. So it's just most probably age-related. Like, you know, me, I can't run the Comrades anymore. Never could, but still can't.
Yeah, his sponsors have stopped him.
Okay, we're going to end off things with a question from Bantu Bonke, who hails from Cape Town. He drives a 2021 Kia Rio bought in March 2024. He's only got 58,000 kilometers on when he bought it, and now it's at 107,000 kilometers. He's noticed a morning squeak from the engine bay that fades as the engine warms. Still under finance, he's considering trading in for an affordable to maintain small SUV like this Suzuki Brezza, and wants to know what he should do. Well, get it sorted out. Take it into a workshop. It's only 107,000 Ks. If it's got a squeak from the engine, it's most probably something like a fan belt, or that fan belt has what we call idler pulleys to guide the belt. Maybe one of the pulleys is making a noise. Get it checked out, because Kia Rios are really good cars. Don't really give that much.
And he suspects exactly what you're saying it is.
Yeah.
V-belts.
Yeah.
He suspects a V-belt, so change them.
Sometimes when
That's
you
your
look at the fan belt, it looks perfect.
Yeah.
But it's a bit tip, 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 make a noise. You know, like you've got a chicken in your car. And replace
Only when cold as well.
Yeah. So
Only when cold.
only when cold, it's most probably a belt or an idler pulley, nothing too serious. Get it sorted out. But if you want to replace it with a bakkie, or I mean, not a bakkie, you want it something
Suzuki
like a
Brezza.
Brezza, yeah.
Brezza.
which is not a bad car. So what do you think about changing it for something else?
Well, he's not going to get out of it if he's only had it for a few months.
Yeah.
Recently purchased it.
Done 49,000 K.
Yeah, and he's done 50,000 Ks in a short period of time.
Yeah.
He doesn't say what he paid for the car, but the chances are he's going to owe money on it.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, you may find that, you know, they'll say to you, okay, we'll give you 200,000 rand for your car, but you owe 250.
Correct,
So
yeah.
it's a 50 grand shortfall. So check that out. But it's pointless to sell your car because it needs a little bit of maintenance. I wouldn't panic too
You know
much
what you guys don't know? Bantu Bonke has just won the lotto last week.
He wouldn't be buying a Suzuki Brezza if he wanted.
No, he doesn't want to show off. There's signs. There's signs.
He'll be buying a Brabus,
I
not a
won
Brezza.
actually, talking about lottery, I also won the lottery last week. I got like $7. Doing very well.
Oh, good God. And with that, we've come to the end of this week's show. If you have a question for the team, you can send an email to buyer'sguide@ignitiontv.co.za. Be sure to include as much detail as you can. The more info you give us, the better we can steer you in the right direction. And don't forget to send a nice photograph of yourself.
Leon, Alan, thank you so much for joining us here today. Much appreciated. Taking
Thanks for
time out
having
of your very busy schedules and giving us all that great information. Remember, keep it safe, buckle up, and stay out of emergency lane.